Well, now that we've heard a selection of top tunes from Blur, and our thanks, of course, to them for doing all of that, we're going to lure them into the kitchen. We're going to sit, and that's probably actually lure them back into the studio and play them one or two records and talk about, showbiz and other important matters. So let's all now go through to the far end of the house. Not that big a house, actually, to be honest. We've got to listen to some records and say what we think about them in the absence of having anything else to do. The idea was that we would all choose B-sides that had enhanced our lives, but as none of you have done that, and neither have I.
I would have had Lonesome Tonight by New Order, the B-side.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, we can probably find that, because...
Seesaw by the Jam I used to like.
Oh, right, OK, well...
those kind of other people's B-sides.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, not your own. Yes, no, it's not like Victoria de Los Angeles, when she was on Desert Island Discs, picked all her own records.
Oh, I never understand it. Some people do that. She's not the only
She was
one.
the only... I think was she the only... I know people have picked others of them, but she picked all 8
really?
of her own records. Yeah. So what was the New Order track you wanted?
It's called Lonesome Tonight, B-side of Thieves Like Us.
Are you lonesome? Not that one, I take it. No. OK. No. Lonesome Tonight. 12-inch, was it?
Yeah.
Must have been, yeah.
It was when they were ready.
The B-sides.
Right, OK. And then what was the Jam one?
It was the Seesaw.
Seesaw.
B-side of Eaton Rifles, I think.
Oh, right, OK. Well, I'll get it. Hold on, I'll show
you. What?
Because
the rocks.
Yeah. Our 7-inch singles were sorted out by our Florence's boyfriend, Tom, and the 12-inch singles were sorted out by Alexandra's boyfriend, James, so they will know exactly where these things are. So when somebody comes in... But this is your drum technician. When he arrived, he sort of threw down the challenge and he said, have you got the Star Jets and Shirley-O? Have you ever heard that?
No.
From that golden year.
She was asking me for ages about that.
19... looks like 19... Can't read it. What does it say? 1980, right. Which I can't remember ever having heard, but I think we should hear it. Am I going to play you the right track? I think so. Hold on. Shirley-O, those are the Star Jets, which your steward, the road tech, has been yearning for something like 20 years. Can you understand that? I mean, is that...
Do I understand that record?
Well, when you remember things...
strangely, in any way?
When you remember things like that, you remember them sort of perfectly recorded.
Yeah.
Do you remember...
And the reality is often disappointing.
It reminds me of a band called... I think they're called The Knack.
Yes, sounds like the Knack sort of thing, isn't it?
What's that song?
And the Jags, it sounds like... like in
Jags,
Back of My Hand by the Jags.
Listen, we'll put it... because our Flossie, as last time, is prepared to rush out and find records. What's the Knack one you want?
Do the beat.
I am the beat, the look.
I am the beat,
that was the look.
The look is the look, not the Knack. Oh, yeah, that was... I think that might be the first ever 7-inch I bought.
I am the beat.
I am the beat by the look.
Cool.
I'm in demand. I am the beat.
Right, okay. No, that's very good. We like that. And what was
everyone looks like Bruce Foxton in those.
Yeah.
They all look like Bruce
amazing how
I thought that was a song title. Okay. Flossie, can you go and look for Seesaw by the Jam and I Am the Beat by the Look? Can you remember that?
It's kind of similar to all those bands that come
and then
after Oasis.
If you can go up to the other shed and get Lonesome Tonight by New Order.
It's Eaton Like Us, New Order. It's Eaton Rifles.
It's the B-side of Eaton Rifles.
You've got more well-trained, John.
Old wave of
normally they're deeply rebellious. It's because you're here that they're on their best behaviour. Normally, oh, Dad, do I have to?
There's about 3 times as many young people here as last time we were here.
Well, the thing is that
proliferation.
Our Alexandra's James it was his birthday last night, and he's from Derry, and she'd arranged for some of his mates to come over from Derry.
Right.
And she went into a pub in Stowmarket or Ipswich or something with him, and they were just going to have a quiet birthday drink, and the pub his mates were sitting in the pub and he hadn't seen them for like several years, so it was a bit rather a moving moment. And then they came and stayed on, because we got in one of the sheds there's a kind of room
you're going to have
it.
to build some extensions.
Yeah, build an extension. Now I was appalled here that none of you had actually heard Misty and Roots live at the County Eurovision Festival '79.
No.
When you were dubbing it up in a King David style, most effectively, I thought. And there's a reference in here to dashing away with the Roots controller, which I'm not quite sure what it means, but it sounds great, and I want to do it. But it says the County Eurovision took place at the Cercle Royal in Brussels on March the 31st and April the 1st, 1979, and so on, rather boring stuff. But it is actually one of the great spiritual recordings of all time, and I'm amazed rather shocked that you don't know it.
When we trod this land, we walk for one reason. The reason is to try to help another man to think for himself. The music of our art is roots music. Music which recalls history. Because without the knowledge of your history, you cannot determine your destiny. The music about the present, because if you're not conscious of the present, you're like a cabbage in this society. Music which tells about the future and the judgment which is to come. The music of our art is roots, presenting Misty in Roots.
Roots music for everybody. I like to say good evening or good morning. This one called Mankind, You a Sinner.
A majestic record. Anyway,
Certainly.
are you impressed
with
by
that all
that?
day, please?
Hey?
Can we just listen to that all
Of course, well, actually, I should be very happy to do so. I used to tell people that it was my favourite LP of all time, and it probably still is. And we met them once in Colchester, oddly enough. They played at the university, and I'd never met them before. And they were actually sort of spiritual people, You just felt immensely kind of relaxed in their presence. I thought they were fantastic. Right. People have gone out looking for various records that you mentioned, and we'll return with them shortly. And you're going through. There's a huge. Are you impressed by this? This is like 2 days. Box of releases.
So how do you choose?
It's I have no idea. It's just I just listen to stuff in a random way, and things come up, and I think, oh yeah, I'll play that on the radio, and then. But
Roadhouse.
I'll say this is. Do you know Wheat at all?
No.
Oh, well, this is one of those bands that are tipped for the top. Right, any thoughts on that, or weren't you listening to it? You probably weren't listening to it.
I thought that was dead nice.
Yeah, bass player was working hard.
You are?
Bass player's working hard.
I like things
Hold
that
on, the next one's taken off by itself. It's
I like
technology
things
for
that sound like they're going to make the needle jump out. And that's what it does.
Yeah, which it occasionally does on that turntable, in fact, but not on that occasion. What's the significance of this New Order thing? Is it?
I think it was just the height of my New Order madness. I was an obsessive New Order fan.
Is it rare or something?
No, it's just a B-side. I know, I like it.
So I can't sell it to you for a bus. Disappointing. Oh, well, there you go. Well, that's not the right way to play it, either. Oh, goodness.
I mean, that was a pretty far-out guitar sound in those days.
It was, Well, why? You just said Aberystwyth with the new... What did you say? Aberystwyth the new...
The new San Francisco.
Any particular reason for saying that?
Murray the Hump sent me their new single. I get one single a week.
Right.
Rather than one...
Well, it's probably in one of these boxes.
I hope so. It's really good.
Unheard, rather shockingly. Sam Hain, you want... What's...
Go on then.
Yeah,
put that one. He
I'd like to hear that.
cannot be whatever.
No, not He That Cannot Be Named.
No, which is a much better title. This is from an LP from what year? It doesn't say what year. It was on Plan 9 Records.
Skateboard video, and I've been looking for it ever since.
Right. Okay. And the LP is called Initiate. Oh, they're all covered in blood on the front.
Yeah, it's proper real blood as well.
I bet it is too. You can tell, can't you? Instantly, you learn to identify real blood. And there were Glenn Danzig, vocals and guitar, Eerie Von, bass, and Steve Zing on drums. Do you think those are their real names?
I don't look very happy about it, do they?
I don't know.
If that was your thing, being covered with blood, you'd look a bit more cheerful about it, wouldn't you, in my opinion?
Well, you've insisted on hearing Archangel. I would go with He Who Cannot Be Named, but because you're the guest, we'll play you the one that you want to hear.
John, is it all right for smoke?
Of course it is, yeah. I say, I mean, obviously, normally I say no, but seeing as you're a bit of a celeb, we'll let you do it. And you did bring me a fantastic birthday present for that and that alone. You can smoke. What is there in that Christie's catalogue that's taking your fancy?
There's some Madonna's knickers.
Oh.
And, there's a candle.
There's always one, isn't there?
There's always out.
The 18 to 30s holiday mentality.
No, it's not the knickers. It's the is it Versace, the pointy bra thing? No, it's the pointy bra thing.
Oh God, I really didn't like that ever.
No,
I've only ever been for one thing in an auction. And I'll show you. There was in a record auction at Phillips or Sotheby's or Christie's, I forget which one, but there was an Elvis Presley single on Sun, which would have been worth having in its own right, you know. But somebody had got the whole band to sign it, and of course he had his Scotty Moore guitar, Bill Black bass, and then the DJ Fontana drums, and he'd signed it Elvis Presley in brackets singer. And I thought that belongs in my house, and I bid a prodigious sum of money for it. I mean, I'm rather ashamed of how much I bid on it, but I didn't get it because you know that it's now. I did try, but it's now in a bank vault in Tokyo or Boston or somewhere, you know, and it needs to be here on this shelf. That's where it belongs, you know. Anyway, did Sam Haines speak to you with the same authoritative voice that it did?
Incredible.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've got a very dodgy, horrible recording on it on a video, and that's it. But
okay, well, in that case, we'll
clear as a bell.
One of us will do the whole thing for you. Highly illegal, but we'll.
Cheers.
I don't think Sam Hain are going to come looking for us if they do. God help us, frankly. Butcher the entire family. Appear at the door with chainsaws. Hello, Mr. Beale. Right, what have we got? This was the Congos, Row Fisherman Row. That's wonderful, isn't it? That is fantastic, actually. Those were the Congos and Fishermen. Lee Perry refused to work with them after this, you know, because he said they were dirty and smelled.
Really?
Yeah. But he made a great LP with them, and that's probably the best track on it.
LP.
There's a lot of admiration being expressed now for one of my birthday presents given to me by Damon O'Neill, which is the original lyrics for Teenage Cakes. And I sort of like I would sleep with it if I thought it would break and the glass would pierce me to the heart.
It's kind of it's sort of like a shin pad, isn't it?
Yes, with "Get Over You" on the back of it as well. Almost.
It's actually written "all right" on the end. It's not wasn't an ad-lib at all, was it? It's all right. Carefully planned.
Yes, I still can't hear that without getting a tear in my eye.
All right now.
Yeah, if you have to pull it towards you and then push it up, and don't drop it. Mr. Frost is still trying to find the adverts record. I'm appalled to hear that we don't have. I know I've got a 7.
The last time we came here, you were in the process of some sort of re-evaluation.
It's a continuing process. It continues to this day.
Sorry, I was going to say.
You may speak. No, you may speak.
Lee Dorsey working in a coal mine.
Oh, another great record. Flossie, can you go? Lee Dorsey working in the coal mine. Dorsey.
Can you write it down, please?
Oh, okay. Come to Daddy.
Now that record changed my life, definitely.
I've written down 2 questions here, see, because I thought obviously a penetrating interview. One of the things was, what's the strangest thing that you've read about yourselves in the past year? There's been a lot of stuff. What's about this chili?
Chile. Well, we just read about that today. I mean, we read about it in the Times that we're...
your extraordinary bravery in contemplating going to...
We've been death threats from Pinochet's sympathisers in Chile.
Fortunately, most of them are now too old to aim at rifles. So you probably
apparently we're not allowed to sort of go anywhere where there are crowds.
Yeah, we're not allowed to make a public appearance, are we?
Because we might be kidnapped, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently we were ignoring Foreign Office advice, haven't we?
But it really is the first
you're a bit uneasy about it.
Our Foreign Office representative.
I don't want to be hit in the head with rifle butts and things, particularly.
Really?
Well, rifle butts are easy to aim.
But at the same time, I wouldn't want to not go to Chile just because, you know...
let's wait till it blows over.
But I think, you know, you have to go to places.
That's what the government's doing. Obviously, because they reckon that he's... my view is that they reckon that he's going to die shortly anyway.
But I'm sure there's a lot of people in Chile who would appreciate you going over there and not being kind of intimidated by...
I'm sure they would. And the other thing I wanted to ask you...
But I'm probably in the minority.
Well, what that means, when the Foreign Office issue that advice, is what it means is they now wash their hands of it. They've warned you, and there we are. If you get, they won't send the SAS in.
I just find it amazing that the first time we hear about it is in the Times. No one's actually told us.
What about cover versions? Has anybody ever done a good cover version of any of your tunes?
Oh, someone did a really good... What's his name? He did Girls and Boys in a Waltz Time.
Him from the Hicksons?
Yeah, from the Hicksons.
Terry Edwards.
From Norwich.
Terry Edwards?
Yes.
Yeah,
Terry
top
Edwards.
man. Yeah.
They eat a lot of porridge.
Right.
That was really good, I thought.
Girls like their boys, always should be
Was there a happy hardcore thing of one of your tunes? Well, they took the record and incorporated it into some happy hardcore.
Bratmobile. They did a version of There's No Other Way.
Yeah.
But that was for one of your
Kurt
sessions.
Cobain did a version of There's No Other Way on Bristol local radio in 1991.
Is that true, yeah?
Yes, yeah, I've got a recording of it.
I've got the Look record here, which I intend to play.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant.
But before that...
I can't wait to hear that.
A bit of happy hardcore, because I've written on it in Record of the Year 1996, which it certainly was for me, and you may not have heard this. And obviously it couldn't be a hit because it's, they'd have probably got into trouble with the band that made the original record. I wish people would do more records like that. You know what I mean? It is so terrific.
Enjoy that.
Remind me what it was that you were so keen about with this. The look thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And the beat.
Is that it? Have you not? I think have you got no justification at all?
I just thought it was brilliant when I was sort of 13.
Right. Okay. In that case, we better just play it, seeing as you can't think of anything else to say.
Sorry.
That's all right. Is this the right speed?
Girls are dancing all around and just for me. And the party wouldn't swing if not for me. I've made your hearts jump. I cause the heat. I'm in demand. I am the beat. I am the beat. I've turned a girl into a heaving, senseless wreck. I made the captain of the ship dance off his deck. I've made the old man jump to his feet. I'm in demand. I am the beat. I am the beat. All round the world the people know my name. In heaven and hell they know me too. Across the world the people know me now. I am the beat and I know you. You always listen to me on your radio. I gave your buddy all he really needs to know. And who kept the law, man, down on the street? I'm in demand. I am the beat. I am the beat. All round the world the people know my name. In heaven and hell they know me too. Across the world the people know me now. I am the beat and I know you. When the Martian came to Earth I made him dance. And Mr. Krupa had to thank me for his chance. And who made the zombies all tap their feet? I'm in demand. I'm in demand. I'm in demand. I am the beat. Hey, I'm in demand. I'm in demand. I'm in demand. I am the beat. Beat. Beat.
like almost the first loop, you know.
Yeah, I can sort of hear you singing that, actually. Have you ever been tempted to...
Well, you know, I would sample it, though. Yeah. I could definitely do something with it as a sample.
OK. Who was it who wanted to hear Lee Dorsey?
Me.
Any particular reason? Just...
Oh, it's the Bing Bing, the kind of...
The working the coal mine sound.
Down, Bing Bing. That's a life-changing Bing Bing, that is.
Okay, well,
that's the sound of coal being mined. The authentic sound.
Absolutely, yeah.
Working in a coal mine, going down, down, down. Working in a coal mine, whoop, about to slip down. Working in a coal mine, going down, down, down. Working in a coal mine, whoop, about to slip down. Coal mine, whoop, about to slip down.
Lord, I'm so tired. What a great voice, though.
Yeah, wonderful.
And, you know, whatever I mean, there are so many people, you know, like so many black Americans who had fantastic voices and made beautiful records and then disappeared after like a handful of singles and perhaps one compilation LP, whereas people like Simply Red are on the 15th LP. You know, I'm not inviting you to showbiz controversy, but you do start to think, what has gone wrong with this world, you know? And there's a record which is a great favourite of ours in this house by a man called Stanley Winston called No More Ghettos in America. You ever heard that?
Oh, yes.
And it's the only record he ever made. And I've got like mates in the...
There's a lot of those kind of records.
And I've got mates who've been trying to find
records, especially. Do you know Fire records?
Yeah.
There are a load of amazing things.
They did Elmore James. They did some great... they did... Lightning Hopkins had a #1 record in Dallas. On Fire. #1 record in the pop charts. Mojo Hand. Going to Louisiana, get me a Mojo Hand. And yes, amazing stuff, really. I want to play you Stanley Winston's No More Ghettos in America.
Oh, you were going to play as
I'm going to play. But I'll go. I will. I wasn't going to play you too many more records. But this is one of the. We have real problems with getting reggae artists to do sessions for us. Now, to be careful how I put this, because we often book them and they don't turn up. And we had. Sugar Minor, but we had booked 3 times, never hasn't appeared yet, and still waiting. People going out and well, he should have been here last November, appearing down the road. But we did get. I mean, Culture, as far as I'm concerned, would have done as many sessions as the Fall if it had been possible to get them in to do them. And this one, which they did, goodness only knows when it was, but. In 1982, and they did this song Lion Rock, which is again in our house. You find all of the children in this house know all of the words to this.
What a shame from the day when we were born, they've never seen the right dollar yet. Only because they feel with us in. So bring back the money with the sign of the lion from earth. Take back the money with the sign of the dragon on earth. That's not enough.
Stuff.
Right, so you're recommending the Carnival?
I do if you like reggae, yeah.
Sheila and I are not very good on crowds, to be honest, and you know, we are essentially country folk. But I did go to I can't remember which carnival it was when I first started buying reggae records in appreciable numbers, and there was a sound system playing underneath the motorway there, and of course, you know, that made the sound even better because it was all top and bottom. There's nothing in between at all, and just shattering really. Stuff. Yeah, and it was just quite wonderful. And there was a little stall by there selling records, and I, you know, bought far too many records. And you're right. I thought this is how it should be heard. You know, have you ever heard? You must have heard that Aswad live at the Notting Hill Carnival.
Yeah.
Where they go. There's a little soca bit at the end of the
soca that. I mean,
and they just go into like are you in the carnival? Soca. And it's are you Irie and every and it's in the carnival.
This year the big soca tune was a ticket from the back, a ticket from the front, a ticket from the back, a ticket from the front.
Who was that by?
I don't know what
not suitable for radio play by the sound of it.
It was in the actually on one of the floats, and everyone. It was a good tune. Yeah, it was a good tune.
Okay. Well, this is Stanley Winston. No more ghettos in America. Well, we're almost to the end of Blur at Peel Acres 2, and our thanks obviously to the band for being most amiable and adaptable and so forth, but also particularly to all of the people that came with them, of which there were a fair number, but all of them fitted in almost as though they belonged in our house anyway, so we're very grateful to them for the way that they've conducted themselves during the day, and they'll be welcome back at any time, under any circumstances, by and large. And thanks to you, of course, for listening, and hopefully perhaps Blur will come back to our house again some other stage. Right now, though, of course, Mary Ann Hobbs lurks in the wings, and it's time for the news at 12 midnight.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1 Newsbeat.
26 bodies have been pulled from the wreckage of the train crash near Paddington Station in London. Police say they fear the death toll will rise.